This is Bram Swanson from Battle Sites, and you're watching the Rooster Show. Cheers.
They don't know that she is a devil in disguise. She's a skinny girl. She's a skinny girl. She's a skinny girl. She's a skinny. She's the best male. True skinny girl. She gets you with her looks, yeah, she plays nice. She plays nice. You drown in her eyes, your heart is made of ice. Out of ice. She carries two brass knuckles on her chest. On the front line, she holds her own, she fights like the best. She's a skinny girl. She's a skinny girl. She's a skinny girl.
Hello, and thank you for choosing the Roosta Show. Hey, I'm Rooster Jones. Pleasure to have you. Today we have Hardsell. Yeah, Kris coming on here. Yes, sir. These are my people. Hello.
Hey here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. We finally made it happen.
Made it.
I know, man. You thought I was gonna diss you, huh?
No. I mean, I understand. Like, if I do Zoom meetings all the time with work and other people, and like, technology, man. Sometimes like you click the same button 10 times, and then all of a sudden it works. So
Yeah, it was funny because I had it on sleep mode, everything all ready.
yeah,
Turn it back on, and then it just wouldn't let me do the password to get into it, and then it
yeah,
just shutting down.
yeah.
Okay.
But here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Welcome to the Rooster Show. We have Kris of Hardsell. I always want to say shell. I don't know why.
I might have done
It's
that
a tongue twister.
Yeah.
So who came up with that?
Oh, I did. Oh God, when we started, so we started in '95.
Okay.
And a little bit before, just a bunch of friends got together, and it was really weird because hardstyle was this different thing. In the beginning, we were with two singers,
Okay.
and Ramon, and he was like a straight edge skinhead, and
Oh,
I was just a traditional skinhead. And then
yeah.
uh, we had some friends who were hardcore, we had some friends who were metal, so that's kind of where we kind of got it into it, and it was really weird because most of the time you had cliques of people that were just all punk or all skins, all it was all
Yeah, exactly.
like a box. And these days we don't have that anymore. So we're like, well, what the fuck are we gonna call ourselves? And one day we're sitting outside the bar, and well, English is not our native language, of course. We're from Holland, so it was Dutch. We just took
Okay.
and there was no internet yet. The internet didn't exist. So sound, and all of a sudden I came up with the word hard sell. I'm like, hey, here's hard sell. It's a aggressive sales tactic or a very abrasive chemical and a form of aggression. We're like, well, fuck it, hard sell it is. And so
Yeah,
how we came up
that's
with it.
awesome. So you mainly the vocalist?
Yep, I'm the only one left from the original crew. I started it in April '95, so this
Okay,
year,
wow.
30 years.
Damn, 30 years.
Yeah, man.
Holy shit. That explains the 25 years of blood, sweat, and tear and beers.
Yeah, that was the album. We recorded that album the year before the 25,
Yeah.
but then COVID hit. And so while we were
And
in the
damn COVID.
yeah, while we were in the studio, COVID hit. The record label that wanted to do the album, before everything was okay and they had tons of money, and then COVID hit and boom, there's no more money because everybody going into their bank account and their reserves. And so then they couldn't do the record anymore. And then eventually we just said, listen, this taking too long because it took us 2 or 3 years from the time that we recorded until we released it. I think we released it 2 years ago. And so we just released it ourselves eventually because, things have changed. Things have significantly
Yeah,
changed.
you can do everything yourself. Might as well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, yeah, to have people to take some of the weight off your shoulder, but
Yeah.
but
Well,
you
the nice
guys,
thing,
you guys do well on Bandcamp.
sorry?
You do well on Bandcamp.
We put everything on Bandcamp a while ago, so I don't know how we're doing. I don't keep track. I know we put all of our stuff via TuneCore on like, the Apple Store and Google and
Yeah,
Spotify.
yeah.
I think in Spotify we got like 12,000 listeners or something like that. It's not a crazy amount like some other bands, but we're a small band. We're not a big band. We're a small band, but we have very good loyal fans that have been with us for a long time, and here and there we just keep slowly but surely. We keep bringing more people in. So thank you for having us, and hopefully
No, definitely.
people.
It's a
How did you
pleasure.
find out about us?
Honestly, my little naughty secret is I go through Instagram and Facebook, and then I do a little bit of research on everybody before I contact them, and
Yeah,
then I contact them,
yeah,
and that's how I came about you. I was like, well,
yeah.
that dude, they got some pretty bad looking logo,
Cool,
stuff
man.
like that, and it caught my eye, and I went right in there like a moth to a flame.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, hey, perfect, man. It worked.
That's the way it is. I do a
Yeah,
lot of research, believe it or not. I mean, not like as much as I should, but I do like in order to get to know bands. I mean, I'm trying to keep a certain, it's music I love.
right.
It's selfish in the long run. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I love industrial punk rock, oi, and all that good stuff. I have a good selection of music that I really love, goth rock, and all that. So I'm trying to keep it alive, the best I
Yeah, yeah,
can.
yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, underground music, man, forever. So, what got you to want to have a skinhead band?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a skinhead band. I never
Okay,
never
it's not
had a
skinhead
skinhead
generally.
band. No,
Okay,
I mean,
but you yourself are skinhead. You said
you see
traditional. You said.
we can talk about that for hours, right? Like when I was
Well, you can
15,
tell
16,
us
I
about it.
used
Like to hear your story.
but yeah, like when I grew up, I started
Yeah.
when I was 8 years old with Maiden representing. Maiden's always my thing since I was 8 years old. I heard those guitars and I just had to fucking have it. And
Oh
so I
yeah.
started with metal. And then I think when I was about 11 or 12, I started listening to punk and I heard a band, it's not really well known, but with a lot of people, it is called Sperm Birds. And I
Okay.
was fucking caught up by them. Like, fuck, I actually went to the library and I stole the record. I just had to have it. I couldn't find it anywhere because in those days, it was really hard to find that kind of music to begin with.
Funny that
And
the library would have it though.
yeah, well, they had a wide collection and, so somebody good did a good job. So thank you for that. And I still have it until today. Um, but I just loved it. And I'm like, fuck, this is even better than metal. And then a friend of mine, so I was 13, I always was a big kid. So I had some bunch of friends who were like 15, 16, and they gave me a cassette tape with a bunch of oi on it. It was punk and oi, and it was Cockspur and the Foreskins and Crumbsuckers and Cro-Mags and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, fuck, where the hell do you even find this shit? Because,
Yeah.
and so they turned me on to a magazine where I could find all that music and stuff. So when I was around 13, I just was fucking, man. I learned about skinhead culture, the true skinhead culture, not the Nazi knucklehead
Yeah. Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
And
69, baby.
yeah, yeah, the true skinhead culture and like
Gotcha.
working class, being proud of your heritage and shaving your head. And when you're a kid, you want to look tough. You want to shave your head or you want to put your mohawk up just to fucking shock people so people leave you the fuck alone,
Hell
right?
yeah.
And so yeah, I was that kind of skinhead kid, just put on the bomber and the Doc Martens and the Fred Perry, and I shaved my head, and yeah, I was skinhead all the way. But these days, when people come like, "Are you skinhead?" I'm like, "I'm Kris." I don't want to be identified as a skinhead because, and
Yeah,
also
yeah,
the
exactly.
depending where you are in Europe or in the States, it's very different. Skinheads in Europe and the States are very, very different. So I'm like, no, I'm fucking Kris, but I like Oi, and yeah, the skinhead culture has been always a big part of my life. So I was a skinhead, and like I said, Ramon was a straight edge skinhead, and then Dimitri, he was just fuck, he did all kinds of shit, and then we had a metalhead. So we just wanted to make music, I was a bouncer for a friend of mine who had a bar when I was 15,
Oh my
and the first
Lord.
thing we did was Slapshot at that time, so that was a long time ago. And then in Europe, all around, there's a Maastricht, Backfire, Right Direction, One Night Stand, Demon Joker Jr., Rikers in Germany, so many other bands, Eight Ball in Antwerp, so many bands start to pop up. And it
Yeah.
was just all of our friends were all of a sudden in bands and doing well, disciplined.
Mm.
And I'm like, fuck, I want to be in a band, man. I want to make music. And, so that's why it was just like, let's make music. And where we liked hardcore a lot, the early hard sell days, you can just hear that it was a mix of oi and hardcore.
Yeah.
And and it wasn't very popular. It actually was. We had a really hard time finding an audience because everybody was like, "Well, that's not fucking hardcore. Well, that's not oi. That's not punk." So we had a really hard time. So the name Hard
Yeah,
Sell
exactly.
really was appropriate. So yeah, we just want to make music because we loved music, and we wanted to take all of our influences to kind of put out whatever would come out from that collaboration.
So do you feel that your music today is a little more mature?
Well, for sure. I mean, it's been 30 years, right? I mean, I started singing when I was 15. I had no fucking clue what singing was. It was just yelling in a
Yeah.
microphone, right? And I wrote some songs that are, I wouldn't say childish because they were, but I wrote them when I was 15 years old. I've moved from Europe to the United States, left my whole
Yeah.
family and everybody behind. I was former military. I went to war twice. I've gone through a lot of other shit. I have a different worldview.
Yeah, yeah,
So
definitely.
that reflects in our songs. I when I wrote those songs, I was writing the songs with a dictionary next to me. Grammar, sentence structure, spelling was fucking off. So I'm like, again, there was no internet these days. You know, my English is pretty much my first language now. So I write different. The music is different. I think that's the beauty of being a musician. You just always grow and you become
Yeah.
more complete. The challenge for me and for a lot of bands is that you gotta rein yourself in. Like we have our hard sell audience, we have our hard sell style. We have 5 albums out. I think if you listen
Definitely.
to each album, if you hear a hard sell song, you'll be able to pick it apart that that's a hard sell song.
Yeah.
And so we try to stay true to that feel. And so it's hard. Sometimes we have great songs and we're like, yeah, that's just not gonna fit in. The fans are not gonna like that. So let's not do that because if we want to do that, we should start a metal band. Or if we want to do that, we should start
I
more
get you.
punk. We want to stay true to that blend of punk rock, oi, and hardcore. The true street punk sound. It's what Hardstyle kind of makes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
before
that's
people
right.
say,
Right on. So do we have some no new tracks in the works right now? New
yeah,
album?
yeah. So on the 25 years Blood and Beers, there's 2 new songs. One's called
Yeah.
Public Enemy, and we made a video clip for that just not so long ago. So if you go to YouTube and you type in Hard Sound Public Enemy, we did
Okay.
a video for that. And then on the 25-year album, we also had Digital Evolution, which is a brand new song. And what we did is on the 25-year album, we took an album from each period in our life. So we did Bark of the Underdog, the first album, and we picked 2 or 3 of our best songs of that, and we
Yeah.
completely re-recorded them. So we sat down, we pulled the song apart, and because we had an opportunity to finally make those songs better, like once you record it, you can't go
That's
back.
interesting. Yeah.
And always add something like, shit, if this would have just a little bit more of a bass run in here, or what if we changed the verse here? Like, for example, there's a song called Skinheads Want to Fight. And in the old days, it was like eight times oi, and then skinheads want to fight. So it was oi, 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 skinheads want to fight. And then the new version is just four times like I,
Yeah.
skinheads want to
Okay.
fight. So it gets more of a cadence, you know. And so we looked at each and every song, and
Hmm.
so we picked 23 songs that we completely redid, remastered, replayed everything, and then we put those two new songs on as a teaser for a new album that we're working on. It's going to be called Bad Blood. We have about nine songs ready. We're
Oh,
playing.
that's sweet.
Yeah, we hope to do about 10, 15 songs and then make the selection, like which ones are going to be on the album or not. Goal is to record in the summer, have that out towards November. We're going to go to Europe to do one surprise show in December, just one show, one weekend in Germany. And then next year, we hope to do a tour with a little bigger band and then see what goes from there.
Oh, sweet. That's going to be a very expensive show going to Germany, huh?
Yeah, well, we've done it in the past. You know, we're always saving up for it, so we know it's a great offer. It's with some good friends of ours, and you know, so it's like looking for cheap tickets, and then go out there, do one show, have a good weekend there, and then come back. But that's the thing, man. You don't make money in this music, and at least we
No,
don't.
you do it for the love of the scene, man.
Yeah, exactly. We just so
And the unity, the brotherhood, man.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I mean, I've made friends all
yeah.
over the world. We have friends in Japan and in
Isn't
Brazil,
it
and
awesome?
yeah, and
It
you
is.
would
It is
met
freaking awesome,
would
man. I would
have
love to take a little tour myself. You know,
yeah,
with my family, that'd be cool, man. See everybody everywhere.
yeah.
Australia, see my
Yeah, yeah, Australia too. We got our friends in Top Novel there. We toured with them a
yeah.
few years ago. So
Gosh.
it's really really cool. It's not as glamorous as some people think because a lot of times
Hmm.
you get into a town, you have 1 or 2 hours before the show because you know if we're at a level now where we are at a higher support or we're headlining, and so
Yeah.
that you got to get in early. You got to do sound check early. You got to set up your merchandise and all the other stuff. Then you have 1 or 2 hours, and then people start coming in. So you got to be there to meet them and greet them and hang out with them because it's all about the fans. You know, they
Oh, of
make it happen.
course.
And then you do your gig late at night, and then you got to pack up and you got to do the contracts and you got the money. And then at 3 o'clock, you're somewhere in a hostel or in a living room or a garage, and then you're in a van for 10 hours and you drive to the next town. So but it's we're very thankful that we have the opportunity, and it's been fun. I mean, you know, every time it just gets a little bit better. And we've never really signed on to a label or any
Hmm.
greatness. Everything we have or everything we've achieved is because that's what we did by
Yeah.
ourselves. Just so,
So,
and I'm proud of that.
so how long is your set going to be?
You mean for the record?
No, for the Germany.
Oh, it depends, right? It depends on what they want. I mean, we can do the longest we've ever done, and I didn't really enjoy it too much, was an hour and a half.
Okay.
Um, in general, we do an hour, but
Okay. Yeah,
depending if
that's respectful.
yeah, an hour is easy.
Yeah.
We when we rehearse, we play 5 hours straight, so we're
Ooh.
used to an hour. That's nothing. Yeah, and then it all depends. If you play in a festival and you're at the lower level, you'll play 30 minutes. If you are at a festival in the mid range, you play 45 minutes, which is pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have an experience of you on stage that was really memorable?
Oh, I got a few, right? I
Like
mean,
several that
there. I mean, there. I mean, in 30
just seems
years,
like you have such a love for it. So
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
being on stage
I'll
is
tell you the
a
worst
very
one.
personal experience for you, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Well, the best one was the very first one. We played with Slapshot and No Redeeming Social Values in 1997, and both bands that I really, really loved. And first show ever, no clue of what to do. So I think three songs in, I was spitting blood. I was like, I lost my voice, just spitting blood and
Oh
plowing through.
wow.
Anna did like we did our 8 songs, and that was it. Like was sore for 2 weeks. Um, and then I think the first time was like when you play with one of your heroes.
Yeah.
Um, And then I think the first, when we got asked to come back in 2011, we had a little break. We played in Germany. We thought Hartzell was dead and over with, and they wanted us absolutely back. We headlined a festival, and everybody was there, and it was raining, and people were there, and it was they're singing
Wow.
along,
It's
and just
awesome.
no clue that we still had people there for us. So that was very special. First time with our friends from Toxpax in Berlin. Every time we play in Berlin, it's just such a beautiful place, and the scene is so fucking raw and real. And then I think the first time we played Sound of Revolution, it was called, now it's called Revolution Calling, but that was the first time we played for 5,000 people on the big stage, and just hearing the people
That's
scream
nuts.
back at you. Yeah. So I mean, there's so many little memories. We played with anti-heroes, which have always been my heroes. For
Yep.
to play with them and to have the singer really like us and wear our shirt. And we played with the Bruisers, the last show in Boston. That was fucking amazing.
Ooh,
Yeah, so we're very good friends with the Bruisers, and that
good
was
for
just
you.
that was a dream coming true because we've been friends for a long time, but we've never been able to do a show together. And I'm playing Barcelona. There's a festival in Badalona. It's not Barcelona. They'll fucking kick my ass. It's Badalona. It's very important. Uh, and it's called Beach Beer and Chaos. And dude, it's so cool. The people are so cool. They always put a good fest together. Did a little mini tour with Lion Slaw, 4 days, and just the guys are so much fun and they're such a good band. So, yeah, there's so many memories. I can't really say that one
Yeah,
was
I
the
get you.
best.
You did good. You did good.
Um, yeah, it's tons of,
That's awesome. That's so
yeah.
cool. So, do you feel that you share the same vision today with your other new members? Uh-oh, we froze.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if that wouldn't be the case, we wouldn't be getting along, right? I mean, you gotta, yeah. I mean, to me, personality is really important. Talent, of course, is important. You got to be able to play. Um, Jeremy, who the original U.S. lineup, he's a very talented player. He played in Sniper 66. I don't know if you know that band.
No,
Really good
actually, I
band from
don't.
Austin. They're no longer around, but they were great. In the late, hmm? Yeah, you want to look into that. I mean, they no longer exist, but their music. Okay, we're back.
Okay, that was weird.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're recording again.
Yeah, we're recording. How you doing?
Cool, cool. So, like Jeff came over from Sniper 66 also. He's a really cool bass player. We had a few um changes of our drummers. Our previous drummer was from Germany here, but then he had to go back to Germany. Now Tom is who's in a few other bands. We had Tom Yen from the Beltons play for us for a while. Um, and then we now have Travis who plays guitar with us. So yeah, I mean sometimes things just happen, life happens, people get kids, their job takes them somewhere. At the
Yeah,
end
of
of the day, none
course.
of this pays us. We're all doing this on top of our normal job,
Yeah.
and we're just trying to fit it in. So I think having talent is criteria number one. You need to be able to play the instruments, but second, you need to be committed and you need to fit in. If we're gonna go to Germany for 2 or 3 weeks in a van, you're together 24 fucking 7. If you kick your
Exactly.
shit, somebody is there. And if you don't get along, there's moments where it's hard, of course. There's moments where you just want to rip each other's throat out. And I'm a very hard-minded person. I'm not an easy person to get along with. I have a very strong vision and I have a very hard drive. And where the other guy is something like, man, just fucking relax, man. It's cool. And I'm like, no, I fucking have to go. And I'm aware of that for myself, but not everybody has the same.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
my military thing that comes out. So it's a matter of getting to know each other and respecting each other and giving each other the space that you need. But so far, Jeff and Jeremy have been. I think we've been doing it now for 2017. Yeah, almost 10 years soon. So like we've been together for a while. Drummer and Tom and Travis are the latest additions. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool, man. So, what's your military background again? One more time. I remember you talking
There
about it
was
earlier.
it was an army, and in Europe is very different than it's here. But
Yeah.
yeah, we deployed a lot, and then after that, I went into the fire service, became a fire chief,
Oh, good for you.
and
Good job,
did
man.
that for a while, and then I moved to the States, and so
Yeah.
I kind of used that uh, jobs here. Yeah,
I'm a Marine. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah, third generation Marine. So thank you for
Nice.
your,
Well,
well,
thanks
I
for
would
the
say thank
service,
you for
man.
your service, but it wasn't for us.
Same for you too, man. I mean, I'm
But
very proud to be
good
an
for you.
American. You know, I came here
Definitely.
with nothing except for my experience and my education, and
Hmm.
I love America. It's a beautiful country, and a lot of people don't understand. You know, it's weird when I talk to Americans who are born here for multiple generations, and you just don't appreciate it the same way as somebody who just came from somewhere else, because the
Yeah.
opportunities we get, you don't get. It's not normal to be able to speak your mind. It's not normal to do what you want to fucking do. If in Belgium at 5 o'clock you walk around to a grocery store in your PJs and some fluffy boots, the cops will
Oh,
come and arrest. You can only do that in America. So
I wish they
I'm,
did that
you
here,
know,
man. I hate it.
yeah.
Oh, I hate.
But I appreciate it. I'm very thankful to be here, and it's a beautiful country with amazing people and the diversity and the freedom we have here. So and I try to let that reflect a little bit in the music and stuff like that too. So yeah.
Awesome. So, do you feel that some of the today's trends kind of reflect on your music when you write the lyrics?
So today's trends, do you mean political and that kind of
Well, yeah,
stuff, or
altogether. Yeah, altogether. Do you deal with the
so?
politics or do you stay away from
Well,
that?
no, no, I'll talk about it. Here's the thing. Politics are toxic,
Oh,
and I think
amen. I love you.
yeah,
I
and I think
agree.
politics have destroyed a lot. I've lost a lot of friends, and I've lost a lot of people
Yep.
because I don't say the same shit that they want to hear. Well, the beauty of like when I grew up and the way we grew up in a different generation is like there were punks and skins and metalheads and techno people. We were all together. In Europe, I never talked with people about politics. I still don't know what my parents' political affiliations are. But here in the
Hmm.
States, we talk a lot more. And I believe that being able to talk about it, if you're truly friends, if you're real friends, you should be able to talk with each other, even though you have a different opinion.
Of course.
And with a band, I have a very different opinion than everybody else. But we're friends and we respect each other for us. So we try not to talk about it. You know, like
Yeah.
we expect each other for the individuals that we are and we like the music. But I think we're so divided and we're being pulled aside. And it's a shame because we're already such a small subgenre that we're being made even smaller. We're tearing something apart that should never be torn apart. And what is it like? There's some memes out there like if we fight each other, then we don't see what they're doing. Like if we fight each other, we won't fight them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: there's universal topics like racism and fascism and all kinds of hatred and bullshit.
Of course. Yeah.
That's not discussion. If you're a fucking Nazi, you need to go and fuck off.
Amen.
If you get your head kicked in, you get your head kicked in. Well, that's what we should do to you. If you're a fascist or you start beating up people, but if you're a true homophobe, like then fuck off. You don't belong in this society. Only functions when we are tolerant of each other, even if you have a different opinion or a different lifestyle.
Hmm.
But that goes across everything. You're asking me
Yeah.
to be tolerant of somebody else's lifestyle, but then you cannot be tolerant of my opinion. There's people who say, well, don't hire
Yep.
Hardsell because Kris says this or Kris believes in that. Well, fuck you, At the end of the day, we're still underground. We're still making music. We still believe in the same thing. We
Yep.
we believe in the same thing. This is my personal opinion. I think we all believe in the same thing, like freedom and liberty for all. It's just that we
Unity.
are
You
unity,
know.
but we just don't agree on the execution of the plan.
Yeah, it's true.
right? So
It's
um,
so
so
true.
I don't like to talk about it because one, so if we're talking about it, so that was a personal opinion. But from the music, it's like I I write music from a perspective where from the working class. I try to tell stories and struggles that working class underground people experience. So when I write a song, you can't win them all, or you're gonna die tonight. Gonna die tonight. Also, we released a video on that. Go check it out on YouTube. It turned out
Love
really
to.
cool. Gonna die tonight is one of our favorite songs from our fans, and it's pretty much about you cannot run away from your own problems. You can run, but you cannot hide. You're gonna die tonight. Like no matter what you do, you're gonna fucking die. Don't run away from your problems. Go on, go face first. Confront your problems and
Yeah,
fucking attack him. And
that's
so
awesome.
I I hate any kind of band, movie, actor, author, or whatever who's trying to force their opinion upon me by their art. I'm listening to your music because it helps me escape whatever kind of bullshit I got going on today. Uh, I'm reading your book, I'm watching
Yep.
your music because I need to turn the fucking switch off. It's life's
Yeah.
shit all the time, so I want to relax for a minute. And then you come and tell me that I need to not eat meat, or I can't drive a normal car, or I can't have my guns, or I, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. I just don't think that there's a difference between raising awareness and preaching and telling people what they need to do. I believe in
Yeah.
freedom. Whatever you do, that's you, man. I have no right to tell you what to do or what to believe in.
Yeah. True.
And I expect everybody to shut the fuck up about telling me what I need to do. So yeah, so in music, I try to write in such a way that it's ambiguous, that any person who picks up a Hartzell song can listen to it, can enjoy it, and can find something in it. I've got letters from people who are going to commit suicide, and they listen to some of our
Damn.
songs and said, didn't do it because of that song, or they're going through a divorce and they're going through a tough time. Like that song, I play it every day when I go to work. It keeps me grounded, it keeps me focused. Dude, I
That's
cannot
it.
ask for a bigger compliment,
Yeah, that's it. That's
you
way.
know.
That's what's up.
So if you pick up our song, that song gave you the courage to come out of the closet to your parents. Fuck yeah, mission accomplished. That song gave you the courage to stand up to a bunch of bullies at your school. Fuck yeah, mission accomplished. If that made you like tear off your Nazi patch and burn it, fuck yeah, mission accomplished. But it's not my job to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's my personal opinion.
No, I love that. I because honestly, yeah, definitely. I so agree with you on that. I can't even say another damn thing. So, have you collaborated with any other artists? Did you have like guest vocalists or anything on your albums?
Uh-oh. You asked if we collaborated with somebody. You still there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Rooster, you
yeah.
still there?
I don't know what is up. I just
Okay.
had a conversation
At reception, could be me too.
with someone in Serbia. We didn't even have any issues whatsoever. That's so weird. Yeah, have you ever
Yeah,
collaborated
I
with
live
anybody
pretty
else?
far away. Well, we've done stuff. We've done splits with other bands. We did a really cool
Yeah.
record with. This was super cool. Um, with Patriot. I don't know if you know the band
Okay,
Patriot.
yes, yes, I do.
Eddie Oak from Patriot is a very good friend of mine who is an amazing human being. And when I was young in Europe, I heard Patriot and I was like, fuck yeah, now we're friends. And we did a collaboration with them, with Mob Mentality with Daniel. And then one of my absolute favorite punk rock bands for me is The Generators. Doug Kane
Oh
passed
yeah.
away on last
Damn.
year. So to have been able to do a four-way split with Mob Mentality, Patriot, and the Generators is fucking. I'm super proud of that. Um, We've talked with other bands. We are on a bunch of samples like Worldwide Tribute to Oi, and it's like Agnostic Front is on it. Think of it, all these other bands. So we did all Oi covers. One of our early was called the M-Town Rebels. All the bands out of Maastricht was on it, and then with Warzone. Um, but we haven't done a lot of like splits and stuff. We try to work with other bands, like our good friends from Aggressive, German
Okay.
hardcore band, a street
Yeah.
hardcore band. We collaborated in that way that they always wanted to come to the United States, so we put together a 2 week tour, and we did a little 2 week tour. And then with our friends from Oxpax, it was an amazing band from Germany, Toxpack. We do a lot of stuff with them, like little shows here and there, and so collaboration. I mean, being in a punk band, it's all about collaborating, right? You help each other out, you boost each other's
Yep.
albums, you share each other's flyers, and you book a show for them, they book a show for you. But
It's not a
there's some
competition.
samplers out there for sure
Yeah.
for our veterans. There was a sampler out that was for to support our veterans, one for
Sure.
canines, for domestic abuse, for suicide. So we try
Hmm.
to, we're very, very much committed to those kind of causes. And so if anybody asks me for anything like that, I'll always say yes.
Awesome. So anything you like to say to your fans?
The only thing I can say is thank you, man. Thank you. 30 years this April. Fuck, I mean, I started doing it in the basement of my parents. Never thought I would be doing it this long. It's been very challenging. Um, but and many times I've thought about just being done, just give it up because it's a thankless job a lot of times, but all the hours promoting, designing, writing by yourself, all that kind of stuff, it takes a toll, and it only takes money and time away because every time I'm on tour or with the band, that means I'm not home taking care of my family,
Yeah.
and that's hard. Then when you go out on tour and you see those people, well, you look at our Instagram, there's a picture of a dad, I think in 2019 or something, and he's with his son and he has a son on his arm. He's like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old or whatever.
Hmm.
And I put a Hearts shirt on him. And then this year we played the Revolution Calling. He's there with his adult son now, who's 16 or 17. So those are the cool moments. We got some really cool friends. Seeing your fans sing your music and send you a message once in a while. It just
Hmm.
it really, yeah, it really means the world. And to us, we're not a big band. Like I said, we're just a normal band. And so to us, our fans are more important. I feel like with bigger bands, the fans are there, but you no longer have that connection.
Yeah.
You're there. They wave at you and
Hmm.
online thank you to our fans. But with us, our fans are the world to us. And so I can only say thank you. And there's never enough thank yous I can give them. So
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you for your time. It's been amazing, and I
yeah,
do
man,
appreciate
listen,
your
thanks.
heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Thank
definitely.
you. Really nice to meet you. And
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure. And thanks for doing this because, without people like you who do this, bands like us don't get the exposure. It's all big machine and labels and
Mm.
more and more small clubs are closing, more and more bands are giving up, less and less
Yep.
people who used to put up shows like you from the bottom of their heart because that's what they do, that's what they love. They're like, man, I've been doing this for 30 years. I can't do it anymore. I don't have time. I got
Right.
grandkids. I got grandkids now,
I
that kind
hear
of
you.
shit. And so podcasts and YouTube and it's getting less and less. So thank you for carrying on the torch and still doing this. And thank you for being interested enough in us for giving
Yeah,
up
I love it.
for
I
all
love
of
your
you.
sound. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Keep
what's your
it
favorite
up.
song?
Huh?
I'll put you on the spot. What's your favorite song?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Um, to the line, probably.
Oh, Total Line. Yeah,
The
that's fun.
line. Yeah, the subculture, I think it was
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
of course.
that.
Pop Culture
That
Criminal.
yeah, subculture. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
it is. That's
Very
actually probably my favorite album.
yeah, good.
I played the hell out of that one, actually.
Yeah. Well, I think on the new album, I think people are going to be very, very happy. Um, Subculture Criminals, we rushed a little bit. We were going on tour in Europe, so we kind of went a little bit faster overproduction than we would have done. But people like the album, man. People like the album, and then all the old stuff. The good thing is we redid everything because everything is sold out, and some of the rights belong to other labels, and they didn't want to release the songs to us, even though I've never signed anything with anybody. So we said, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna do it ourselves, and we're gonna put it out there for the fans for free. They can go to Spotify, wherever you can listen to all the songs that we ever did.
Yep.
So
That's awesome, man.
the new album is gonna be, yeah, we're gonna take our time for that. So
All right. So, hey, when you get it done, hit me back up. We'll do a promo.
cool,
All right?
man.
You can talk
Bruce,
about your
thank you
album.
so much, man.
Take care of yourself. Much
Good to
love.
hear you.
Let's
Nice to meet
talk.
you. Cheers.
You're on the Rooster Show. Thank
Oi,
you.
oi.
buddy. Oi, oi.
There was a boy, he was white and proud, playing his car with his radio loud. Parents were rich, so he had it all. When he wanted something, just a call. There was a boy, he was white and proud, playing his car with his radio loud. Parents were rich, so he had it all. When he wanted something, just a call. I know when you hated pets, I know when you killed a bag. Was a member of Banks gang, wish that every back would hang. Spend a lot of time in jail. Daddy is rich, so we continue to raise his game, which he has so much fun. One day the guy went to the beach, fooled around with a blade again. He was tied to a fell asleep, didn't know that skin run deep. One day the gang went to the beach, fooled around with a blade again. He was tied to a fell asleep, didn't know that skin run deep. And no one knew he hit him back, and no one knew he killed him back. Was a member of Bax's gang, wish that every back would hang. Spend the night at Dummy jail. Daddy is rich with a bigger deal, so we continue to race his game, which he has so much fun. Now he can face the consequence, rejected by his dear old friends. They don't like blacks in that gang, so he's the one who has to hang. So now he can face the consequence, rejected by his dear old friends. They don't like blacks in that gang, he's the one who has to hang. And no one knew he hit him back, and no one knew he killed him back. Was a member of Francis gang, wish that every black would hang. Then the man of time in jail, daddy is richer, a better deal.